It appears I am live. Great. My other phone has just died, but I made it on time. The great thing about doing this every day is it's not about being perfect, because if I was perfect, I would do this every day at a certain time without missing it. Now, if you've been watching, sometimes I do it early, sometimes I do it late, sometimes I do it very late. But the key is I do it. And the lesson I'm learning is it's not about perfection. So many times we allow perfection to stop us. And hey, I'm guilty. We think, if I can't do it perfect, I'm not going to do it. But I'm here to tell you, the key is not in perfection. Because bottom line, I'm not perfect. You're not perfect. However, the key is taking action, implementing. When I said I was going to do this every day, I did not know how I was going to do it. I did not know if I was going to be able to do it. But I just know, hey, I'll take one day at a time and I'll show up every day. And I have done just that since December last year. It's amazing how a year just goes by like that. It's amazing. So it's Christmas Eve. Well, by my time, it's actually Christmas Day. So Merry Christmas! Merry Christmas! It's a joyous occasion for me. This is one of my favorite holidays of the year, where we celebrate the birth of Jesus. And not just that, this is putting into action what he died for and what he rose again for. And that is to be given. Because during Christmas, there's a lot of gift giving. We're giving gifts to family members. Hey, what about giving yourself a gift? And so it's just about knowing who Jesus is and who he stands for. And he is for us, all of us, all of us. So thank you and Merry Christmas. So willingness to learn. It's a relaxed mode I'm in today. So willingness to learn. Ask yourself, how willing are you to learn? Because it's a key part of being a leader. And I talked earlier about perfection. Some leaders feel they have to know all the answers. They feel that when you come to them, because I'm the leader, I must know everything. But that is not the mark of a leader. Here are some key things that a leader needs to know and be able to do and be willing to learn. A leader must be willing to learn. And you can learn from even those who are less experienced for that job than you are, because the perspective they would have will be different from yours, because you've been there for a long time and you may be thinking, I'm used to this. But they bring a certain different perspective that you will not have been aware of. And so be willing to learn from even those who have less experience than you do. So here are 10 key questions to ask. How willing are you to learn? The first is, am I open to others' ideas? Am I open to other people's ideas? Am I open to their ideas? That's the first one. The second one is, do I listen more than I talk? That's a key one. Do I listen more than I talk? The third one, am I open to changing my opinion based on new information? Now that one can be a bit hard for many of us, me myself included. Yes, because especially when you're older generation like I am, you're kind of set in your ways of doing certain things, and because you're used to it, you're kind of settled and you're in a comfort zone. You don't want to change. The key is you don't want to change. So when new information comes and you have to change, you may be resistant to change, but that shows that you're not willing to learn. Part of being willing to learn is to be open to changing your opinion based on new information. The fourth is, do I readily admit when I am wrong? How willing are you to admit, hey, I messed up. I didn't get this one right. How willing are you to admit that? That will show your willingness to learn. Number 5, do I observe before acting on a situation? And I've heard some people say, yes, you need to be willing to take action right away and you need to make a decision. But there are times when you need to step back and evaluate the situation before taking an action. And so sometimes you may need to observe before acting. But it's up to you to know when to act immediately and when to observe before taking an action. For example, if the fire is burning in a house, this is not the time to observe. This is a time to clear out as fast as possible, taking everybody you can with you, because that's the time to act without thinking. You just grab everybody, grab whatever you can and get out to safety. So as a leader, you need to know which should I do when. And you will know when you need to observe and when you need to act right away. 6, do I ask questions? Do you ask questions? Are you willing to ask questions? Hi, Fatima, thanks for joining. Hi, thank you. I'm trying to catch up on the comments as I see them coming. I don't know what that means. Okay, so do I ask questions? I am a very curious person, so I tend to ask questions. And sometimes people are like, you ask too many questions. I need to know. So I ask questions. So it's good to ask questions. Even if you think it's a dumb question, ask it anyway. Because if you don't ask, how would you learn? For example, if you're in a class and you're taking a class to learn something, if you already knew it, why would you take the class? So the fact that you're asking questions shows that you are learning. Your curiosity is growing, and that's why you want to learn more. So be willing to ask questions. 8, am I open to doing things in a way I haven't done before? And that's similar to being open to changing your opinion. It's just stepping out of a comfort zone and being comfortable with change. Number 9, am I willing to ask for directions? Okay, now, I would admit that being an engineer, we have the reputation of not asking for directions. For example, you get you bring home a piece of furniture, like they have in IKEA, and you need to put it together, and you just look at it without looking at the directions. I can figure this out. Until later you're like, I think I missed a step. So, engineers have that reputation. And so we need to ask directions. Otherwise, we'll get lost. Someone's asking, where am I from? I am from Nigeria. I am Nigerian, living in Bahrain from the US. So I connected 3 different continents, and here I am. Okay, number 10. Do I act defensive when criticized, or do I listen openly for the truth? And this one I have to watch myself sometimes. In general, I do receive feedback very well. As a Toastmaster, this is one of the things we learn, to receive and to give feedback. It's very important. Occasionally, when this is a topic that's close to me and someone is bringing up something, I may be a bit resistant. So I have to talk to myself like, Tosin, this person is trying to help. So be open, learn, open, listen. So those are the 10 questions to ask yourself. Am I really teachable? Because it's important to stay teachable as a leader. And if you answered no to one or more of these questions, then there is room for teachability. So remember, everything we know, we learned from someone else. Nobody came with all the answers. You didn't come with all the answers, neither did I. So I'm in a constant mode of learning. Right now, what I'm learning most is AI. I'm really intrigued by AI, using it, learning it, applying it, implementing it, and hopefully will be showcasing it more as I learn more, and I'll be able to share more of what I'm learning. I actually did a talk back in October on AI, which was pretty interesting. So what do you need to do to stay teachable? Soften your attitude, learn humility, and remain teachable. Remain teachable. And that will elevate your leadership. And with that, this is probably one of my longer videos. I didn't expect to talk for this long, but thanks for joining me, and I will see you on Christmas Day. Hey, let's do Christmas. Let's have Christmas celebration, and I wish you all the